Morning, Steve Freed in Chicago with the morning grain comments. Yesterday we had a pretty good rally in the grain markets with funds, big buyers of corn and wheat and soybeans. Some people link that to the fact that China may come back after the holidays and buy beans, which could support prices, and also the fact that there was some tension between Ukraine and Russia, and some people thought it could disrupt their feed grain and wheat exports. Russia and Black Sea continues to be the major exporter of wheat. They seem to set world prices of wheat, and any disruptions would be positive. We pushed, especially in beans, over some technical areas. We stopped at levels that we should have stopped at, given that most of the fundamentals are bearish, and we'll see if we're in a more trading range or we go back and test the lows. It seems like every time we test those lows, farmer selling slows, and we tend to bounce off those prices. Not a lot of farmers selling on the rally. Overnight, we've got bean prices, wheat prices, and corn prices just a little bit lower. The dollar is lower, and crude's a little bit higher. We did see that Malaysian palm oil futures were higher, which is helping soybean oil gain on meal. From a weather standpoint, Argentina looks like they're going to get rains over the weekend, dry weather next week, and rains return next weekend, which is, I think, good for crops. Still some showers in Brazil off and on, which could be slowing harvest there. We did see a private estimate raising their crop estimate to close to 104 million tons, which would be a record for Brazil. Weekly export sales, we expect somewhere between 200 and 400,000 tons of wheat versus 853 last week. Maybe 1 million tons of corn versus 1.4 last week. And 400 to 600,000 tons of beans versus 539 last week. And we'll see with China on holiday if that actual number is a little bit smaller. Meal sales between 100 and 300,000 tons versus 277 last week. So again, funds were buyers last week, may have been a little overdone. We're kind of watching the outside markets, watching South American weather, and as we get closer to the Feb 9th USDA report, we're not expecting big changes. The only thing we'll be watching is if they lower the Argentina soybean crop because of the wet weather during planting. As always, these are my thoughts and not those of ADM or ADM Investor Services, and have a safe and profitable trading day.